Okay, so hi everyone. This is Karina Holden with Front Fighters, and I have a special guest with me today. Shannon is a front fighter, one of our fellow front fighters, and she is going to share with us a little bit about her journey and just answer some questions to give us some insight into what it looks like practically to follow the wardrobe plan, to do a wardrobe refresh, and how to do it on a budget. So let me tell you a little bit about Shannon. She is a foot doctor. She's married to a foot doctor, right?
Yes.
And she's a mom of three boys. And
One girl.
Oh, and one. Oh,
two boys and one girl.
Two boys and one girl. Okay. And she blogs at the Frugal Doc.com, and she documents her journey to pay off. Is it over like $500,000 or something like that?
Yes, of debt. Yeah.
In debt. A lot of it like medical student loan debt, and so just how she does that. And so it's a really cool blog. But anyway, she has been following front fighters and using the wardrobe plan, and she has a really cool video where she kind of shows that in her wardrobe, and I will embed that below. But I just wanted to bring her on here so she could give us a little bit from her perspective. So Shannon, I'd love to hear what was your style and your wardrobe like before finding front fighters? Like what did it look like for you to like shop for clothes and put together outfits and that kind of thing? Where were you at?
Okay, well, I think my biggest thing was like when I was in high school and college, like I was really into fashion. Like I would consider myself pretty fashionable, but then after medical school and everything, I was wearing scrubs like every day in residency. So I like didn't even really care that much about clothes, and then add 3 kids to that, and like with my body type plus wearing scrubs, those are like, you don't really even like see your body anymore.
Yeah, right.
So like the weight gain after kids and everything, and I just kind of lost interest completely in fashion. And then we've had 3 kids, and I'm just kind of like wanting to find my fashion again because I always really enjoyed it. And then the other part of that is obviously we're on this debt-free journey, so I can't really just like replace my entire wardrobe with new clothes. So I knew I probably had like some things that were good in my wardrobe because I used to just like buy a lot of stuff to try to find something I liked. And so I knew I probably had some stuff in there. And then when I saw your wardrobe plan, I was like, oh, this would be a really cool way to see what I already had and kind of shop my own closet and see if I can make some outfits out of that. So.
Okay, cool. And so what do you think that, and once you found the wardrobe plan, did you find it on Pinterest, or kind of was it just, you just went on one day on the
Facebook.
web?
I saw a Facebook ad for it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that actually worked to get you in.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And so what do you think is the biggest way that following the wardrobe plan has helped you?
I think just seeing different ways to put the pieces I had together, because like I had like a did invest because I saw like fashion bloggers wearing them, and I was like, oh, that's really cute, but I had it and then it just sat in my closet. I was like, I don't really know what to do with this.
Yes, right.
And so just little things like that, and different things other than like t-shirt and jeans, and just kind of figuring out how to put things together in a cute way that's also comfortable when you have like kids all the time around you.
Right, exactly. And so when you started, like you did your first closet purge, how much did you actually get rid of? Like a lot, or did you keep a lot? What was your process?
I had actually, like with the whole Marie Kondo phase, like a couple years ago, I had purged a lot of stuff, and I was trying to be really minimal about everything and like selling some stuff online just to like make extra money when we started our debt-free journey and everything. So I had done a pretty good purge, but I was still like hanging on to a lot of stuff that like I wanted to like, or I wanted it to fit, or just I was like, I can't get rid of everything. And so there was still a lot of stuff that I just didn't wear that I was like, I guess hoping I would wear later or something like that. So I got rid of quite a bit. And then when I went through through your capsule plan and everything, I got rid of quite a bit more actually.
Okay.
And I actually don't even have jeans right now because I realized like all my jeans just weren't working anymore. So that's like my number one thing I need to get is a new pair of jeans.
Well,
So
it's
I mean, I got rid
interesting.
of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, well, it's interesting that, you know, jeans are one of those things you can wear, and usually that's what we default to when we don't have any other ideas or options. But there are so many other kinds of pants you can wear. And so like,
Right.
and I think that when you start this plan, you start to realize that having a really good fitting pair of jeans is really what matters, like even just one, you know, because we talk about like one dark wash, one light wash, and a neutral pair. But it's not like you need a lot of pairs of jeans because it's just one of the types, but it is important that it fits well so that every time that you do wear it in all the different outfits, it works really well. So it's interesting that you say right now I don't have a pair of jeans because I've been in that place too where maybe right after pregnancy, like after my last pregnancy, I didn't have a pair. And it was fine because there were lots of other things in the plan that you could wear. And so it's just one of those things. So I would love for you to talk to us a little bit about how you handle your monthly clothing budget while you're paying off debt and just budgeting for the family with your 3 kiddos. You know, what's your process for that? What do you recommend for people to figure out what's a healthy budget for them?
So for us, obviously, like the most that we can cut right now, we're trying to put everything to debt. But my husband and I do each get $100 each for fun money every month.
Okay.
And
nice.
So that is my budget. Like if I want to take the kids somewhere, or if I want to get coffee at Starbucks or clothes or anything basically fun that's not necessary, I guess. And so that's difficult because I obviously can't replace my entire wardrobe with $100, but I can find like on Amazon and Old Navy and things like that, I can find like a great top one month, and then the next month I can get like a pair of pants. And just knowing that I'm picking something that's going to work in a lot of different ways based on your plan makes that purchase go a lot longer, or it stretches more basically.
Yeah, right.
So I like having a guide, so I'm not just like seeing like a cute top on Instagram and like, oh, I need that, and I just buy it, and then I'm like, oh, well, I'm never gonna wear this. But it kind of helps me prevent impulse buying, I guess. And then I have a plan going forward for what I need to actually get for my wardrobe.
And do you find that you will purchase some things maybe that aren't exactly on the actual capsule list, or that you kept some things in your wardrobe that didn't match any of the criteria? Does it still work with using the outfit guide and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I definitely think like I'll have more than one white dressy top or something like that. If there's a couple that I really liked in my wardrobe, and you can kind of make even more outfits if you have multiples of one thing. I try to just like pick one of each thing. That way it's not cluttered, because we're in
like the very best.
Yeah. And we're in a really small house right now while we try to pay off debt too. So small closets, everything. So the minimal wardrobe works really well for me right now. But yeah, there's definitely like a few things, like there's a cute like romper that I have that I really like. And it's just like a fun thing that I like.
There you go. And so those splashes of things, and you know, there are some things that aren't on the plan because like a romper for some people would be a little bit too scary or too out there. They've never tried anything like it. And yet you can add that on and mix it and match it with the other pieces, because when you're using a color palette like the guide shows you, it's going to mix with the other pieces because you're still going to be getting all those additional items in your color palette. And so that's kind of cool the way that works.
Right. And if the wardrobe calls for like a dress, you could do a romper instead and just kind of go off of that.
Right. Substitute and change it up. Exactly. So for you practically, being at home with little kids, when you work outside the home, but then you're home probably, I think you said like part-time or something like that.
I only go to work 2 days a week right now. So I'm home with the kids most of the time.
So do you find that it works for you to wear like what would be your nice clothes when you're just at home? Or do you like what, have you kind of stepped into that of being okay with wearing your clothes that you've purchased for just that casual wardrobe, even though you might just be washing dishes or playing around with the kids?
Yeah, it's hard to get used to because I'm like, I'm going to waste this outfit. Like, no one's going to see it.
Yeah.
But I think it's fun to like, you know, try to be dressed up for my husband. Like, I notice he gives me compliments whenever I'm dressed up. And also, I feel more productive. Like, it's weird whenever I have shoes on in the house. I don't know. Like, I feel more more
I've
productive.
definitely heard that. Yes, I've heard that.
Like, I'm ready to go. I don't know. So I just feel like I'm much more productive. And then, like, when we go to play dates or whatever, I'm like dressed and just ready to go. And I'm not like scrambling through my closet to find something.
Right. That's funny about the shoes. It's like a productivity tip, like just wear shoes. Well, I mean, there's something about that. We kind of behave the way that we are, what we're dressed for. And so if we dress super relaxed, and maybe that's where the, you know, being barefoot or just in socks comes in, which can be great at some points in the day. But if we have shoes on, it's like it mentally tells our brain, you're ready to go somewhere. So even if you're just home, it's like you're ready to achieve something. So that's really funny.
Definitely.
So we will close this off because I know that the moms that are watching have very limited times to actually, you know, listen. So I would love for you to share with us, what do you think is your best piece of advice for someone that is just starting out with front fighters and either has a very small wardrobe with very few things that fit them, or a very large wardrobe? What do you think would be a good encouragement for them?
I think just doing the purge, like try not to think about all the outfits yet, because it can be really overwhelming to think about like putting all these pieces together. But I think just going through and really looking at things that you really love, like that you would buy if it was in the store, and just try to think about that when you're going through and purging your wardrobe, because if you wouldn't buy it today in the store, you're probably not going to wear it, or you're not going to feel your best in it. So I think just like jump in and start purging the wardrobe. And then once you see like all the beautiful things that you really love hanging in your closet, you're just more inspired, I think, like right away to try to get dressed and pick like a really nice outfit.
That's a really great tip. And so for everyone watching, if you head over to the blog post, we will embed Shannon's video that she did where she's walking through her process and she's showing even just like fast-paced decluttering her closet. So you can kind of see what that looks like. And I think you do this every once in a while, you know, just make sure everything is cleared out. So thank you so much for coming on here, Shannon. We really appreciate your time. I know that your kids are like trying to get dinner in and everything. Your husband's handling them. So we really appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you so much.